Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the longer version of This Is Fate. Someone stole Prita's property papers, and during the conversation and looking for who stole the papers, Sherlyn accused Karan of stealing the papers. That was our last update. Let's continue. Sherlyn accused Karan of stealing Prita's property papers. Kritika is not able to believe her ears, and Grandma also asked that what the hell is Sherlyn talking about. Grandma asked that why would Karan steal the papers. Sherlyn says that she is saying what she saw. Prita explains that she is thinking that the stick is in the beard of the robbers because just immediately she mentioned that there was a robbery. Then Sherlyn blamed it all on Karan. Sherlyn asks if Prita has gotten mad because she only says what she saw and nothing else. Sherlyn says that Prita is trying to defend Karan, but Karan says that Prita is not defending anyone because if Prita wanted to defend anyone, then Prita would not have called the police. Kritika also explains that Prita just needs her papers and she doesn't even care for anyone else. Grandma says that this would cause a lot of drama, and Grandma requests Karina to give back the papers, and everyone is shocked. Kritika and Prithvi got shocked, and Prithvi asked Kritika if her mother truly stole the papers. Kritika orders Prithvi to shut up, asking that what is wrong with Grandma because her mother did not steal the papers, but instead, they should ask Grandma about the papers. Prithvi once again asked Kritika about the papers, but hearing this, Kritika gets defensive. Prithvi asks that why are they all blaming each other when the police has arrived, so they should at least allow the police to search the Luthra mansion and find out the truth. Prita also agrees to Prithvi's advice, but she explains that they should start the search from Sherlyn's room, and her room will be searched last. Sherlyn immediately gets frustrated, asking that why is Prita blaming everyone when she has not stolen the papers, and why is Prita blaming her so she will not allow them to search her room. Prita says that no matter what, they have to start the search from someone's room. Natasha comes there and she is shocked to see the police standing, so she asks that what is going on. Prithvi advised Natasha to observe and see because it is a long story. Prita and Sherlyn are still arguing with each other, and Karan gets frustrated and he asks them to shut up. Karan advised the police to start their search from his room, and they all leave to go upstairs. Prita is standing beside Prithvi, and Prita thinks that she is sure that Karan is innocent, and it is Prithvi who is behind it all, so Prita vows to make Prithvi pay for his actions. At the Arora house, Janki is scolding Shruti, asking if she have the slightest idea how worried she got when Shruti left, and she even ran after her, but she was not able to catch her. Binge comes out of her room and Shruti asks that why is Binge crying when she is fine. Binge also asks that why is Shruti doing this emotional blackmailing when she had already accepted to always call her and inform her whenever she wants to leave the house. Janki gets shocked, asking if Shruti indeed said it, but Shruti is confused. However, Shruti was forced to agree to everything that Binge said. Janki rushes to bring food for Binge, and Shruti thanks Binge for saving her from Janki. Binge demands that Shruti should hug her. Shruti hugs Binge, and Binge says that they have ended the matter, but Shruti should also bring the thing that she likes the most from the market. Shruti doesn't understand Binge, and then Shruti gets worried, asking if Binge has once again started drinking alcohol. Binge says that she is going to keep on doing this until Shruti learns her lessons to always tell them before going out of the house. At the Luthra house, the police enters Karan's room and the inspector directs the constable to go and search the other rooms in the house. Janki is shocked while walking past the room, and she enters asking that what is going on. The inspector asks if Prita also suspects Raki, and hearing this, Prita immediately refused, saying that Raki was trapped in the fire when all this happened and she was resting throughout. Raki asks Sherlyn that what is going on, and Prithvi quickly says that Prita has blamed them all, that someone from the family stole her property papers. Hearing Prithvi, Raki also started questioning Prita, asking if it is true. The police sees a file in Karan's room, and the inspector asks Prita if this is the same file. Prithvi also asks Prita to check, saying that the blame that Sherlyn put on Karan is true. Karan asks Prithvi to stop talking rubbish because he did not steal anything. The inspector says that the file was found in Karan's room, and so Karan must come with him to the police station. Raki tries to stop the police from taking her son, but Prita also gets worried, so Prita takes out the papers in the file, and she is shocked to see newspaper cutting in the file instead of her property papers. Preeta says that this proves that someone else stole the papers, and then they placed the papers in the file, and then they put the file in Karan's room so that Karan can take the blame. The police inspector says that the family should stay in the house because tomorrow the police professional team would come, and they would also need the CCTV cameras of the house, so no one should leave the house until tomorrow morning when the police team would arrive. The entire family are looking at Preeta with a lot of anger, and Preeta is not able to bear it, so she leaves the room. Shruti comes to Preeta, and Shruti asks that why is Preeta crying, because there is nothing to be worried about since the police has took up the case. Preeta says that her plan will be ruined, and Shruti was not present when the entire family were looking at her with anger. Shruti asks Preeta to tell the entire family how she met Mahesh at the clinic, and how Mahesh asked her to come back to the Luthra house, so Preeta should tell everyone the truth. Shruti advised Preeta not to be worried because if the Luthra family knows about her plan, then they will stand beside her. Preeta says that Shruti is right, but if they tell the truth to everyone, then her plan will be in vain. Preeta says that she vowed in front of Matarani to fulfill her mission, and she cannot leave her plans of throwing Prithvi out of the house uncompleted. Shruti explains that if Preeta continue like this, then Preeta would have to feel the pain. Preeta in anger asks if Shruti could not say that she must keep her hope high, and she should also work towards her mission, so she should stand up with renewed heart to fulfill her tasks. Shruti says that Preeta herself told her that everything is not easy. Preeta says that she told the truth to Shruti, but she is doing what is right, and Shruti made her speak the truth. Shruti says that she is also a human being, so she has a heart, and if Preeta is fighting like this all alone, then she might suffer. Preeta thanks Shruti, saying that Shruti is always acting childish, but she can make sense from her childish talks, and they both hug each other. Shruti explains that on a serious note, she is saying that Prithvi is behind stealing the papers, and Preeta replies that the police searched the entire house, but they were not able to find anything. Shruti asks if she can request Karan to keep an eye on Prithvi, and Preeta replies that Karan is smart, so he would keep an eye on Prithvi without anyone telling him. Shruti says that she thought that she was the only one who is smart, and she should leave now because Janki is always curious about where she is going, and she even scolded her today for going out of the house without telling anyone. Preeta says that she is missing everyone, and Shruti advised Preeta to solve this problem on ground first, and after that, they all will go on a trip. Preeta thinks in her mind that it was never easy to tackle Prithvi, but this time, she would surely tackle him and win, and Prithvi should just wait and watch. In Prithvi's room, Prithvi on the phone asks Nagre to come and meet him urgently. Outside, Shailene wonders why is Prithvi confusing her so much because she thinks that Prithvi has stolen the papers, but then why is Prithvi not accepting it? Natasha stops Shailene, asking that why did Shailene steal the papers. Shailene asks that what is Natasha saying because she did not steal anything, but she knows that it was Natasha who stole the papers. Natasha says that she always claims to be really clever, but she cannot lie, and Shailene should know that she did not steal anything. Shailene insists that it is Natasha who stole the papers, and Natasha explains that she wants to believe that it was Shailene who stole the papers, but her mind cannot accept it, and she also knows who can steal the papers, but she doesn't have the confirmation that it was the person who stole the papers. Natasha says that Shailene is still quiet, so this means that she is telling the truth, that Shailene is also guilty. Shailene explains that she did not agree with Natasha. However, Natasha replies that it is not necessary for Shailene to say everything from her mouth, but people like her who are born in a poor family tends to know what is the right thing, so Shailene knows who stole the papers. Natasha explains that Shailene was just a second ago saying that she knows that she was the one who stole the papers, and Shailene is now retracting the statement. Shailene asks Natasha to be quiet, and Natasha explains that all this conversation is without any meaning because she knows that it was Prithvi who stole the papers. Shailene thinks that Natasha has started saying a lot nowadays, so she will sort out this matter. Grandma is in the room, and Raki brings her medicine. Karina comes there, and both Raki and Grandma ask Karina that what is the problem. Karina explains that she is worried about Karan because before, Karan was really flamboyant, and he was living his life without any worry. But now, Karan is really stressed out. Karina explains that she asked Karan to do something, but Karan declined. But she knows that Karan later did what she asked him to do for the sake of their family. Raki asks Karina that what did Karan do? Karina says that it was Karan that stole the papers. Raki says that she is sure that her son cannot do anything like this. Grandma asks that what is Karina saying? Karina says that she is sure that Karan would have given the papers to the lawyer. Karan comes there and says that they all in front of the police said that he did not steal anything. But why is Karina thinking that he stole the papers now? Karina says that they will do anything for Karan, but she knows that Karan has stolen the papers. Karan says that he thought that they trusted him, but Prita has shown more trust in him because Prita saved him from being arrested when the police were about to take him. But here, his own family are accusing him of stealing. Karan angrily leaves the room and Karina tries to follow him, but Grandma stops Karina. Karan is in the hall and he hears Prithvi telling Nagre that he is coming, and Karan started following Prithvi. Prithvi is about to walk out of the house, but he feels as if someone is following him, so he sent a message to Nagre to wait where he is. Prithvi once again searches the parking area looking for who is following him, but he couldn't find anyone. Prithvi finally walks out of the house, and Karan is shocked to see Nagre. Prithvi asks if he can tell Nagre a secret, and Nagre says yes. Then Prithvi asks Nagre if they can change Prita's name from the property papers, and Nagre tells Prithvi that it is possible, but that is only if they have the papers. Prithvi tells Nagre that he has stolen the papers, and Nagre asks Prithvi to give him the papers immediately. But Prithvi tells Nagre that he will come to Nagre's office in the morning to give him the papers. Karan is shocked to hear that it was Prithvi who stole the papers, and Karan immediately calls the inspector, asking if he can see the inspector right now because he has found something that will prove that Prithvi has stolen the papers. The inspector says that the case is still a really problematic case because they don't have a solid proof against Prithvi, but he can arrange for a police team right away and they will come to the Luthra house, but Karan must keep an eye on Prithvi. Karan ends the call standing in the parking area secretly, looking at Prithvi, while Prithvi is standing outside the house. Okay, so now the truth is out. Karan has found out that it was Prithvi who stole the papers, and Prithvi will land in jail once again because of this. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.